Remarketing is a really powerful tool in Google Ads, and by the end of this video, you will see how you can create dynamic remarketing tags for your e-commerce event action that is add to cart. So whenever a user adds an item to the cart on your Shopify store, you can track that on your Google Ads account using remarketing audience. By the end of this video, you will know how to write a script that will trigger this add to cart event in your Shopify store, and you will know how to create this remarketing audience on your Google Ads account. But before that, we need to make sure that our Google Tag Manager container is properly firing on all the pages of the website, and we do have the conversion linker configured on the Google Tag Manager container. So let's just get over to my computer and get this head and body script by clicking on the top right button on this tracking code of Google Tag Manager. Let's copy the head script first and go to my Shopify store, and right under the theme section, click on this 3 action dot button and click on edit code. This will take you to the back end of your Shopify store where you have access to all the things such as the coding file and everything else. Let's paste the head code right below the opening head tag, and let's do the same thing for the body tag, and let's search for the opening body tag. For me, the opening body tag is on line 293, so I'm just going to create some space underneath that and paste the code here. Let's hit format code, and this should add the Google Tag Manager container on all the pages of the website. So let's just test if our Google Tag Manager container is actually firing on all the pages. Let's hit save, and on our Google Tag Manager container, let's click on this preview button, which will create a temporary debug session for our Google Tag Manager container. So any changes that we are going to make on our website, we can see that what kind of events are adding to the data layer right in this debug window. You can also use this Google Tag Legacy Chrome extension to see if your Google Tag Manager container is properly firing on the website. You can also verify the same information from the bottom left corner, and you can also verify the same information from the debug window that has just been connected. Right here on the top, it will show you all the tags that has been firing right now. So since we only have one Google Tag Manager container, so it shows us one tag. Great, now we need to make sure that our conversion linker is firing on all the pages of our website. This is a required tag when we are working with Google Ads account. This just makes sure that when the user goes from one page of our website to another page, Google Ads knows that it is the same user. So making sure that session remains consistent. So let's create a new tag, and since we want this tag to fire on all the pages of the website, let's do all pages. And for the conversion linker, we are going to go in conversion linker inside Google Ads and select the conversion linker tag. We don't need to configure any kind of additional settings for this. However, if you have multiple domains or any other things, you can add the settings right here. Let's rename the tag to Google Ads conversion linker and hit save. Now we just need to make sure that our add to cart data layer scripts are actually on our website. So whenever a user clicks on the add to cart button, the event actually triggers a data layer event. So if you will go to the description of this video, you will find a link to the blog post. And on the blog post, you will find the 3 different data layer scripts. One is for the head data layer code. The second one is for the product data layer code, and the third one is for theme data layer code. We need to add all of these 3 code snippets to our Shopify store. So let's just head over to our Shopify store and create the first snippet, which will be for the head section. So let's just create a new snippet first and name it head data layer .liquid and hit save. From the blog post, let's just copy the head data layer code first and paste it right here and hit save. Now we have added one code snippet, and we need to do the same thing for 2 other snippets. Let's just create another snippet for data layer /products and hit save. From the blog post, you can copy the code for the product data layer and paste it right here. Once you hit save, the only thing left is to add the theme.liquid file code. So let's just copy the theme data layer code, and in our Shopify store, let's just go back to the theme file, and right under the Google Tag Manager head container snippet, we are going to paste the head data layer code. And let's hit save. Before moving forward, let's just do a quick recap to understand what this code is doing. So in order, if you want to make any changes to the code, you can do that. So this data layer head file, this is just going to make sure that this code inside the head data layer snippet, it is loaded on the file. And this head data layer is just making sure that if the user is on the product template, that it fires this code. And this is basically triggering a custom underscore add to cart event, and it has all the other details such as item ID, item name, price, value, etc. Now let's just do a quick test to make sure this add to cart event is actually firing on the website. So let's just go to the debug window session that has been connected with our preview window and navigate to any of the product pages. Once you are on the product page, you can click on this add to cart button, and on the debug window, you can see that this custom add to cart event has fired. And this has all the details such as value, currency, and all the item details too. Great, now we just need to make sure that we do have the conversion action created in Google Ads account, so we can create the dynamic remarketing tag for this one. So let's just head over to our Google Ads account to create this conversion action. On our Google Ads account, you can click on the goals, and under the conversion, just click on the summary section. This interface that you are looking at right now, this is the newer version of Google Ads. However, if you want to stick to the older version, you can go to appearances and then click on the use previous design. Let's just create a new conversion action for this add to cart. Since we are using a website platform, we are going to go with websites. And the reason that this platform is asking for a URL, this is because it wants to check if we have any kind of Google tags. So let's just get the URL of our website. It does not matter which page you select, you can add any kind of page URL. And let's hit scan. Perfect. Now we are going to add a manual conversion action since this conversion action is going to be unique. And we do have a separate category for add to cart event. So let's just select that. For the event's name, let's do add to cart. Since we are going to use different value for each conversion, so let's select this, and you can update any of the settings that you need based on your requirements. So let's hit done. And let's hit save and continue. This will now provide you two different things. One is the conversion ID of your Google Ads account, and the next thing is the conversion action. And since we are using Google Tag Manager, let's just go to the Google Tag Manager and select conversion ID. So in our Google Tag Manager container, we can create a new tag that will only fire on this add to cart event. So let's hit new. And for the triggers, we are going to select the exact name that we have in our data layer. So let's just select the exact name so we don't make any kind of spelling mistakes. And we need to create a new trigger for this one. And since this is a custom event, we are going to rename this whole thing as custom event and custom add to cart. And let's hit save. Now we need to make sure that we do have the remarketing tag. So under the Google Ads section, we have Google Ads remarketing tags. And now we need to add the conversion ID and the conversion label that the Google Ads account has created for us. So let's just select the conversion ID first and paste it right here. And now we can also select the conversion label. And in our Google Tag Manager account, we can create this conversion label. Now we also need to send this dynamic remarketing data. The event name is add underscore to cart. And the value of the event parameters and the items array, they are available for us in this DataLayer API call. So you see that we do have the value and we do have the items array. We just need to create separate DataLayer variables that will extract these values and send them to the Google Tag Manager container. So in our Google Tag Manager container, let's just click on the plus icon right next to the box and create a new DataLayer variable. Since this DataLayer variable is directly under the ecommerce object, so we can do ecommerce.value and rename the whole variable as dlv ecommerce.value. And this will capture the value parameter from this ecommerce array by going into ecommerce and then selecting the value. We need to do the same thing for the items array. So let's just do that. Let's create a new variable and we are going to select DataLayer variable for this one. And this is under items. So let's rename the whole variable as dlv ecommerce.item and hit save. We don't need to do anything else in this one. So let's just save this tag as gads remarketing tag. And this is for add to cart. Great, let's hit save. And before publishing all the changes in our Google Tag Manager container, let's just hit preview to make sure all the tags are working properly on our store. On our Shopify store, let's just navigate to any of the product pages to trigger another add to cart event and see if this add to cart trigger that we have added in Google Tag Manager is properly working. Once you hit add to cart, in the debug window, you can see that a new add to cart event has fired. So that looks perfect. And click on the Google Ads conversion tracking code. You can see that the request has been triggered and it has sent the conversion value. If you click on the request and go to the URL, you can see that all the event parameters such as item name, label, and price has been properly triggered and sent back to the Google Ads account. Just doing that, you have automatically created a conversion audience for your add to cart event that you can use in your Google Ads account. If you want to see where you can find this remarketing audience right under your Google Ads account, let's hit done on the previous stage. To manage the audience on your Google Ads account, you can go to the Tools section and under Shared Library, you can click on Audience Manager. This will take you to another page where you have access to all the audiences that you have created and all the audiences that will be created through these dynamic remarketing tags that you have added on your website. Now we just need to make sure that our Google Tag Manager container is published. So all the changes that we have made, they are not in the draft mode and actually live on the website. So let's hit publish and rename it as Google Ads Remarketing Add to Cart. So let's hit publish. Now we are successfully tracking add to cart remarketing audience on our Google Tag Manager account and on our Google Ads account. However, this is not really enough. We need to make sure that you are actually tracking the view item event too. So your Google Ads account and your algorithm knows that which items are being viewed and how many of the viewed item are being added to the cart. So in order to track the view item event for the Google Ads conversion tracking and the remarketing tag, click on the video right here.